Shalom, friends. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Rabbi John Carrier, counting the Omer with you here among our friends at PJTC, and I am so grateful that you've come on this journey with us for going on 28 days now. That's 4 weeks. That means just 3 weeks to go, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I just can't let go of this wonderful week of our learning about Netzach together without helping you make a Netzach plan. If you're just joining us or need a little refresher, that's okay. Netzach is a divine attribute that humans can aspire to also of patience, resilience, forbearance, perseverance, this kind of strength that gets us through difficult situations. And before we're done with this video, I want you thinking about how you can enhance this attribute in your own life. I've shared with you my favorite story, or rather book of the Torah that talks about Netzach. I've asked you to think about who your role models are in this attribute, how you've exhibited this attribute in the past, so you know you've done it before, you can do it again. We've talked about how important it's been in Jewish history and how important it is right now. Today is where that learning culminates in a concrete plan for you. And my question of the day is, what's your Netzach plan? In keeping with our great tradition that we've established over the last 4 weeks, I want to ask you to keep it small. What is one area of your life where you feel like you could increase your Netzach? Maybe it's something that's been annoying you that you really wish would change, but now's not the right time. Or maybe it's something that's annoying you that's totally out of your control, and what you need is the patience to understand that you can only control things that are in your control. You may be a very enthusiastic, active person who likes to change the things that you can, but it's okay sometimes to wait. That's part of the serenity prayer that people talk about sometimes. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we can't change. And sure, there's lots of things that we can change, but if we waste our energy on those things that we can't, or things that just kind of need to work out in their own time, that saps from us the ability to change the things that we can. So rather than asking you to make an active plan to do something, I want you to make an active effort to recognize something in your life that requires your patience, and decide or resolve to endure it. And take it from me, that's not the same thing as giving up. That's not the same thing as ignoring your problems. It's a necessary strength to direct your energy to the things that you can change. So what's one thing in your life that you need to be more patient about, that you need to forbear? What's one area that you're going to resolve to endure until a solution comes out at its own pace? I know this can be intensely personal, but if you're willing, share it in the Facebook group, share it on YouTube, or just write it down in your journal. And let me wrap up this week by thanking you for exhibiting the Netzach of getting through 4 weeks of the Omer and doing this important work. Without Netzach, you couldn't have accumulated all this valuable learning about Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, and next week's attribute, Hod. Don't know what Hod is? Then I guess you're just going to have to stick with us through next week. In the meantime, do not forget to count day 28 of the Omer. That is 4 weeks of Omer tonight after sundown. Until next time, friends, thank you so much for counting the Omer with PJTC, and shalom.